on this day. Please come forward, Jim, to receive the certificate, which will make you Malden Catholic's one and only trustee emeritus. You can stay right there. Okay. One other thing that we want to do today, and I think we succeeded at keeping this a secret from Jim. I could tell as he came in and saw some people he didn't expect to see here that this was a little bit of a secret. But Jim and I were talking beforehand. He said, "These pillars look really nice." He said, "When did this happen?" I said, "Well, you know, my understanding is that someone suggested, requested that maybe we relocate those pillars that were kind of hidden back there out to the front." And so that's what we've done today. And the pillars really recognize those individuals who have been so significant to Malden Catholic, to its origin, to its continuation, to its movement from Highland Ave, as Dr. Haddad said, to Crystal Street. And if you think about Jim's dad, he was in relation to all these people. So Jim's dad was a student when Brother Gilbert was the principal, the founding principal. Jim's dad then worked for many years at Brother Gilbert Stadium. He was chair of the West Side AA. Jim's dad knew Brother Miles, first when Brother Miles went by Brother Constant. He was a young teacher at the old Highland Ave. And then there's one other pillar here that needs something to go on there, and it's a pillar that will honor someone else that Jim's dad knew very well. And that's the young kid that he brought with him to help clean Highland Ave, mop floors, clean bathrooms, shovel snow, do all those things. And that young guy looked forward so much to going to MC, to going to Highland Ave, to joining all of his friends, he and his brother, and didn't have the opportunity to graduate from Malden Catholic, but had the good fortune to go over to Mission High School. I think that was God's design, just so you came under Brother Connell's tutelage. But then Jim reconnected with MC many years later, after sending his sons to the prep. But Jim, this space is for you, to honor what you've been and helping make this school the school that it is today, the school that it will be for another 90 years. You know, Jim Collins talked about good to great and what it takes to really make a transformational institution, and you've been that leader for us during your time on the board. This is also a way of honoring you for that. And so I'm going off script here, and John Thornburg will be very upset with me for doing that. I'm going to ask James F. Donovan, a student here at MC, to help with this presentation. So this isn't the real thing. This is a facsimile of what will go here. And it reads, Jim Donovan Sr., honorary class of 2011. Jim's tremendous generosity, strategic vision, and love for Malden Catholic have provided thousands of students an unparalleled education and athletic opportunity and programs. With unwavering loyalty, dedication, and commitment, Jim served for 23 years on Malden Catholic's Board of Trustees, with 10 of those as chair. Jim's deep belief in the power and promise of an MC education led him to spearhead the Donovan Field project in 2003. Jim later served as co-chair of the Malden Catholic's 2 campaigns designed to strengthen and expand educational opportunities, provide essential capital upgrades, and build financial stability to ensure Malden Catholic's thriving presence and continued service to students for generations to come. Congratulations, Jim. Thank you, Bev, for allowing him to do all of this. Thank you for all you've done for Malden Catholic, and it's our honor to place this tribute next to your dad's. Please come up. You want to say a few words? Bev, do you want to?
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. I thought she said she was well behaved. I hope they charge you extra for that seat. I had a few words prepared, not much. The last thing I expected to see was my family, and that's so it'll be a little difficult for me to maybe get through this emotionally. But let me offer a few thoughts. Number one, thank you all for coming. Brother Larry, thank you for those comments. It's particularly meaningful to me to have you make those comments as a civilian brother. I really want to say I miss both our GM and quarterback here, Mason and John. It's disappointing that they couldn't make this event. I know John spent a tremendous amount of time working on this to get this ready. I didn't know about this, so even more time. So thank you. Thank you for both of them. I want to applaud MC's leadership team. So John and Sean, Jeff Smith, and our spiritual leader, Bill Puccio. I also want to thank the board for what tremendous colleagues they were to me for so many years, and the support that they provided me. A fair amount got accomplished during that time frame. There were plenty of hurdles. There were some difficult times where I took a combination of school leadership and board leadership to sort of get through it. But I'm not a person to take no for an answer, that most of you know. And we got through it. A number of projects took place from a capital standpoint. Bob mentioned some of those, and Brother Larry. But I just want to mention a couple of names at the expense of maybe missing a few, and I'm sorry if I do overlook anybody. But there were sort of a constant theme with all these projects for the last 20-something years, certain key people who worked alongside me who I will always be thankful for. That would be current trustees Paul Sullivan and Mike Cantalupa, and former trustee Steve O'Neill, and current trustee Rob DeMarco. I'd like a little round of applause for their efforts. We are incredibly blessed at Malden Catholic to have the very best facilities manager in the planet, and DJ Cacciaputi. I want to applaud him too. Something tells me DJ had something to do with this new plaza. It's a special day for me to get a chance to say hello firsthand to Bob Haddad and to Natalia. I really treasure the time that I served with Bob as trustee here at Roman Catholic. He more than most knows that Jim Donovan is not the most gifted person in terms of IQ. I lean heavily on my EQ, but I'm smart enough to know to surround myself with really smart people, and Bob's one of those people. I've seen him off and on over the last number of years since he moved to Florida to set up his medical practice. Seen him in Florida a few times. I saw him in the Cape a few times. We do a little fishing together. But the value that Bob has provided me over the last number of years is more centered and focused on Roman Catholic. No exaggeration. Fishing, eating dinner, eating breakfast. It was all Roman Catholic. That's all we talked about. And I'm not kidding. Okay? So, the value Bob brought was just his intellect and instincts surrounding organizations, how they should be run, how they should be organized, how leadership should be formed, succession plans, strategic plans, and I hope you know how invaluable that was to me, Bob, and even I was able to pick that stuff up after a while. I want to thank my wife, Bev, not just for being here tonight, but for all of the unwavering support for all these years, putting up with me and putting up with what might be tens of thousands of hours I've spent on Roman Catholic and the various projects. And she's been unwavering in her support. Never once questioned supporting this place. Believes in it just as much as I do. And it didn't matter the size of the check we were writing. Maybe the last one a little bit. That took her long at dinner, but she was right there beside me. And what put it over the top was, I said, look, if it makes you feel any better, there's millions of widows living out there on Social Security checks. You'll do fine on this thing, you know. So, there's been the one clear winner in this relationship I've had with Roman Catholic for all these years. And it's not Roman Catholic. It's me. And that isn't even close. Okay? That isn't even close. So, I benefited much more than the school would ever benefit. It has been so much to me to see the progress and be able to rub elbows with young students like those to my left here, see the growth and see them transform into strong young people of faith who are going out into this world to carry on Roman Catholic's mission. I'll share this story, and it's actually, I feel very strongly about it. I actually feel badly for those alumni, parents, friends who have never found it in their heart to write a check to Roman Catholic. You have no idea what you're missing out on, okay? You'll never feel better than the day after you write that check, okay? So for those who sort of question, is it worthwhile? Trust me, it's made my life so much better, and I'm so grateful. for what Roman Catholics meant to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jim, for those most inspiring words. And thank you, Bev, for sharing Jim with the Malden Catholic High School community over so many years here. With all of the activities, with all of our families, with all of our faculty, and just for being so much a part of this community, Bev. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And on behalf of everyone gathered here tonight, Bev, these flowers up for you. There are truly no words to express the deep gratitude of all those gathered here this evening and the entire MC community, Jim, for your tremendous leadership, vision, dedication, and commitment that you have provided to this very special school. Your first school, the kitchen table,